Education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. With this thought, I would like to start my chapter Crop Production and Management for Class 8. Hello friends, how are you? I hope you all are doing well. So today's topic for the day is Animal Husbandry. What is animal husbandry? In our previous lecture, we have learnt about different agricultural practices. In that agricultural practices, we have learnt like preparation of soil, sowing, weeding, irrigation, leveling, storage of food, harvesting festivals, etc. In this lecture, we are going to know about animal husbandry. It is also the part of agricultural practices. If you remember, I told you that agricultural practices is not about only crop production. It is about animal husbandry also. It means in agricultural practices, two things are involved. One is crop production and the other one is animal husbandry or nurturing the animals. Now, what is animal husbandry actually mean? Animal husbandry is the science of rearing, improvement and caring of domesticated animals. That means here we have to learn. First of all, mostly what happens usually, students ignore to learn this topic, animal husbandry. So might be that is because of that they didn't know much about this animal husbandry. So we have to learn about this certainly. Like in this, what we do, we rear the animal, we culture the animal, we care. But why do we do that? Because these rearing and culture or caring of animals, they are actually benefit for the human society. They helps to benefit that human society. So how we'll have to do this practice? Actually, rearing of animals scientifically is known as animal husbandry. Why scientifically? Because if we want a good yield or good product, we must have to rear that animals scientifically. Means we have to provide them all kind of facilities so that they can give you the good quality of product. So this animal husbandry consists of different groups like cattle farming, poultry farming, fish farming, which is also known as pisciculture, and apiculture, which is known as beekeeping. So these are different group of animal husbandry. Now one by one we will know about this cattle farming. What is this cattle farming? Okay. Cattle farming means here it is the practice of rearing cattle by providing them all kind of facilities for raising livestock. Here the new word livestock. What do we mean by that? It means like all the species of animals or all animals which is somewhere the benefit to the human being commercially, or that is why they are collectively known as livestock. Like in India, two major livestock is there, cow and buffalo. And these all animals are reared to get milk from them. So this is about livestock. So livestock not only give you product, it also helps you different labor. Like they also do some other agricultural practices. They may be they may be help in transportation, like camel, like elephant. You have seen that horses. They also helps in transportation. So these livestock not only helps you in giving you milk or other products, commodities like egg, fishes, chicken, milk. These are the commodities which is being provided by the cattle or livestock. But as well as these livestock also helps in transportation or also helps in agricultural practices. Now these animals are again divided in two groups. Like these cattle animals are again grouped in two parts. that is milch animals and draught animals. So who are milch animals? Milch animals, the milk producing animals, they are called milch animals, and they are generally females. Not generally, they are females. Okay. So milch animals, those who produce milk, they are milch animals, and they are females. And these females are not used for any other practices, like they are not used for irrigation, or they are not used for any agricultural practices or in transportation. Okay, because ultimately they are females, they are maybe weaker than the draught animals, because we know that male are much more muscular than female, and they are stronger than female. So these milch animals are always used for milk production. The other one is called draught animals. Okay, what are these draught animals? These animals used in agricultural work or practices like tilling, irrigation, plowing, etc., and also for transportation. So there are two type of cattle animal which we rear, that is milch animals and draught animals. So they all are male members, because all these kind of work, heavy loads, heavy work is done by these draught animals. Now move to the different breeds of animals. So we have two breeds of animals. One is local breed and the other one is exotic breed. Local breed, they are disease resistant animal. That means these local animals, like which they are found in the concerned country. Like if we say that buffalo and cow, that is our local breed. Okay, because they are found in our country. So this is local breed and this is exotic breed. Exotic breed means it is foreign breed. So what are the speciality of these two breeds? Local breed are disease resistant animals, and exotic breeds are, they have long lactation period, means they produce milk for a longer time. But what are the difference between them? These are disease resistant animals, but they do not produce milk for longer time, the local breed. And exotic breed, they have long lactation period, but they are not disease resistant animals. So nowadays what are in practice, that we are doing crossbreeding, so that we can get both of these characters in one organism or one breed. That is called crossbreeding. Like local and exotic breeds, they mated together, and the producing animal or the offsprings will have both the desired characters. And why do we do this crossbreeding? So that we can get better and good quality of their product. Okay, might be you understand. Now if we are doing cattle farming, so we must have to make sure that or ensure that these cattle get all kind of facilities. So what we have to give them, like feeding the animals properly. First and foremost criteria is we have to give a proper food to the animals, so that we will get a healthy product and quantity of product. Okay, so these food, again, it is divided in two parts or two groups. One is roughage and the other one is concentrate. Roughage, these food are actually all fiber containing food, like green fodder, silage and cowpea. And we all know that what is the advantage of fiber. These fibers will not provide any nutrients to the animal, but it helps in digestion, proper digestion, like smooth digestion, and also to remove fecal matter properly. There is no any kind of congestion, no any kind of constipation. So it makes the animals or the cattle healthy. Second type is concentrate. They all are rich in protein and other nutrients like cotton seeds, oil seeds, wheat and beans. Okay. So why do we have to provide this nutrient, protein and nutrient? So that they will have a good growth and development. Okay. Because ultimately we'll have to take a good kind of product from these animals. So we'll have to provide proper food so that that animals become more healthy. Now, what the next? Animals and their sheds need to be cleaned at regular interval of time. It means wherever we have provide them shelter, that must be cleaned regularly. Okay, why it should be cleaned regularly? Because if it is not cleaned regularly, they may be infected by any kind of infection or any kind of bacteria, virus, or any other thing. So there should be a proper cleaning. Then animals should be brushed regularly to remove the dirt and loose hair and also bugs in their body. Brushing does not mean toothbrush. Brushing here means bathing every time regularly, so that we should animals must have to free from the dirt, some loose hair, bugs or insects which might harm the body. It might infect, like parasites. Maybe some parasites live in their body and they might be affected or infected the animals. And if it get infected, that means it affect the animals. It causes disease, and this also may affect health as well as productivity. So we must have to take care of it. The shed should be well ventilated. Means जो भी shed होना चाहिए, wherever we keep that animals, it is quite ventilated so that air could cross over that place. And roofed, definitely they must be roofed so that they can protect them from heat, rain and cold. A proper drainage system should be there to remove animals' waste. Definitely we must have to ensure that there is a proper drainage, so that if the excreta or their urine is coming from their body, it is excreted by their body, it must be removed from that place. Again, if they accumulate over there, they may cause any kind of diseases. The shelter should be little slopey. Little slopey, that means it must be little slopey, not very much, so that it could be dried all the time. Otherwise, all the waste accumulate over there and it make uncomfortable to the animals. And also the cattle should be vaccinated at right time. As we know that animals are not an exception to disease. Okay, that means animals are not an exception. They might be also attacked by or affected by any virus, bacteria, or any kind of infectious disease. So they are not exception. So they also maybe get affected by these kind of diseases. So they must have to be vaccinated at right time. So these vaccinations helps the cattle to resist the disease. Means if vaccination will be provided to them, given to them at right time, they even from their birth. So what happens? Their immune system improves. So they can fight against or they can resist to the diseases. Otherwise, if it is not happens, it may be some diseases affect them. They may affect their health as well as the productivity. So ultimately, we rear the animals to get their products. So we have to ensure that all these kind of facilities will be given to the animals. Now, the next farming is poultry farming. Okay. The next farming is poultry farming. What do we mean by the poultry farming? Poultry farming, it is the form of animal or husbandry which raises domesticated birds such as chickens, ducks, turkeys and geese to produce meat or eggs. Like in this farming, what we usually do, we rear the birds for their product like eggs or their meat. So here are certain examples. Chickens, ducks, turkeys, geese, these are the animals, those who produce meat as well as eggs. So here in poultry farming, there is two kind of birds are there. One is layers and the second one is broilers. Layers जो होते हैं, these are kind of animals, or birds, they produce eggs. So egg producing animals, they are called layers. Broilers, those who produce meat. That means we rear the broilers so that we can get the meat from their body. And these kind of animals, they provide, they have to provide protein rich, protein, fats and vitamin in more amount. So that because जो broilers होते हैं, they are actually grown up or raised for or rearing for their meat. So they if they get more protein, fat and vitamins, they become more fleshy, so that it we will get the good product. So here poultry farming has having two animals, layers and broilers. Layers, egg producing animals, birds, and broilers, they produce meat for the human beings. Okay. Next is fish farming. Okay. Next is fish farming. Fish farming is what? It is fish farming, or it is also known as pisciculture, and it is known as the cheapest animal protein or richest source of animal protein. So this is also done in India, so that the lower level people also can get this kind of protein. So in fish farming, again there is two kind of fishing. One is culture fishing and the other one is capture fishing. Culture fishing, in which we rear these animals, okay? Like we put seeds to the reservoir or a pond or a tank, so that we rear them, we nurse them, and we get fish or product from that fishing. So that is called culture fishing. Okay. Aqua and culture fishing having two kinds: aquaculture or marine culture. Aquaculture culture, that means it is done in fresh water. Marine culture, it is done in marine water, seawater actually. Okay. And the third one is composite fish culture. In this fish culture, what happens? 3 layers of fishing is done. 3 kind of fishes are, like some fishes, they are in the shallow, some in the middle, and some in the surface of water. So at once or all together, 3 kind of fishing will be done in composite fish culture. Okay. The next one is beekeeping, that is apiculture. So, and why we do this? To get honey and wax. And we all know that importance of honey and wax. Honey is antiseptic also. Okay. So as I told you that beekeeping, that is for apiculture, we rear the honey bee to get their honey, and we know that the advantage of honey. It is antiseptic, it is used as a medicine. And wax, bees wax, which is very good. It actually moisten your skin. It also helps in hair growth. So there is different kinds of uses of these waxes and honey. So that is all for this animal husbandry, and I think, or maybe you understand what I have told you about animal husbandry. So this is about the chapter animal husbandry, the chapter crop production and management, and the topic called animal husbandry. Thank you very much.